making pathways for Ascension Masters, anything through sentient view or anything through all ascensions through communications of light communications. The angle point divisions on all level systems. The reason why I wasn't doing a video in this morning is because I was communicating with intelligence or line graphing light activations to the dimensional earth, high risings, divisions, changing coloration systems into our chakra systems. So that's why you have to understand how powerful it is when you come through the mind system. As you can see the portal, see how powerful that portal is? That's my portal, right? It's amazing how you see these things. So I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and everybody that's watching my channel. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Feel free to go to consultations. Feel free to go to emails, my PayPal donations. I can help you and guide you and put you wherever you want to go. Pretty fascinating stuff. I came back. I just was communicating with my daughter. I wanted to get a coffee and all that because I haven't seen her since last week. So we had a nice chat and all that. So when I came back, I noticed that the decoding the matrix was back on. The video was back on. It's funny how the universe just seems to rotate in cycles of energy. Pretty amazing stuff because it was taken down. Now it's putting back up. But the only difference now is that the video itself will not play because it's on copyright grounds, but the video is up. So please feel free to watch it with Daisy Kadra. She hosts on the Bridging the Realm, and also starring myself, Andrew Weston, and Jerome Headley, as we talk about everything that has to do with the Matrix and how to use our algorithms and our programs and everything that's going on with our ascensions. Basically, everything that's going on with life. So as we get into formations through the mind system, I got an illustration diagram to show you exactly what I did in space. It's really, really powerful stuff. It's setting the grids. It's setting light activations, and it's communicating with other intelligence, ascended masters, sentience, and anything to matrix grid workers. They were coming along through all locations, how to set their matrix grid systems and anything through geometry systems. Light activation is extremely hard because we have the center core path. The center core path is going through a section of divisions of 4 circle rotations into the infinity 8 circle, which is the dimensional earth, 5 dimension. So the simulation and digital system is changing everything through the chakra system. The coloration patterns are changing everything through location. So I think you'll find this illustration really, really fascinating, how it calculates, modifies, and takes everything out of its integration to all locations. So it's amazing how everything comes together, right? And look how powerful that portal is. Every day is a different day. Look at that. It's incredible. You can see the streaming. You can see the plasma. You can see the portal, right? It's extremely, extremely powerful stuff. So allocated positions, when I was up in space, I was communicating with the dimensional earth and the digital system, putting up new screens, new algorithm programs, setting up new codes, setting up decoding methods, setting up more electronic interference, new light formations, higher forms of intelligence. When you communicate through Ascended Masters, because everybody's up there to help, that's what it's all about. Understanding the Ascended Masters and what they do through dimensions and centuries of planets, locations, and everything through that. And then you got the sentient, where they travel through dimensions. So everybody comes together. So it's understanding we're paving light paths, okay, onto the dimensional earth. So it's kind of like spot holes, right? It's putting spot holes. And that spot hole is going to expand and expand and expand. It's kind of like the crop circle. It comes up to rotation. You see laser mechanism and it goes up, right? Because we're getting thicker atmosphere now through dark realm systems, and everybody's going through a lot of issues, a lot of problems, going through a lot of the abyss. So it's kind of like the dimensional earth is flipped upside down. So we got to flip it back side up. And the way to do that is to understand everything has to be coded into space. So it comes from space and hits the lights, and the lights hits the dimensional earth, and the dimensional earth reacts to everything through vibration. But you have to be cautious because you have to understand the light path. You got to know exactly what you're doing. You have to put it in certain positions of the dimensional earth. You can't just put light anywhere. It has to be in a certain location because the digital format is in its balance through its location. So there's a lot of things you have to adapt to. But once you see this illustration, you understand what I'm talking about. It's really, really powerful stuff. Also, too, I watched a really powerful movie yesterday called Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey. Very, very powerful. I recommend you guys watch it. It's on Netflix. It's really powerful stuff. How basically he's a farmer and he's also an engineer. So he's also a navigation. He knows a lot about science and time and all that. So they come across a windstorm, a sandstorm, and they realize this is not just any sandstorm. And he was like, whoa, this is gravity. So basically, the earth is falling. I said, what's going on here? So he tries to find out the location of the GPS location, which is NASA. I say, how did you find the location? I said, well, what do you mean? I said, nobody knows this location. So everybody has a secret compartment, right? So it's very informative where, you break a code, you take it to its location. So anyway, he basically, the whole idea was for them to habitat a new Earth because the old Earth wasn't strong enough to hold its surface. And it was pretty powerful stuff. Like he was traveling into space and he's been up there, like, I think it was like, I'm not going to tell too much about it, but he started off like, the further you go in space through dimensions, the further, time goes faster and faster, but you still stay the same age. But when you go back on dimension Earth, you could be like 120, 140, depend on, linear of time. If you're going through the past, you're going through the present or the future. But you can go through dimensions and dimensions and dimensions. So each dimension that you go into, you are going through a wormhole of its existence, because the wormhole is its center. That's the core center through its relation. It's really powerful stuff when you get into those connections. So anyway, he traveled, would say on Earth years, it would be 25 years, right? If we went back on Earth. So 25 years is gone, right? As soon as he got back on the dimension Earth, and his age, his skin and all that's still the same, but he's aged once he gets on the Earth. So it's understanding how everything works through speed and time and location and alignments. It's really, really powerful video. It's almost about 3 hours, but I think you'll enjoy it. I think there's coming out with a part 2. I'm not sure, but I liked it. It was really good. And Matthew McConaughey is a really good actor. You'll pick up a lot on it, and the space looks pretty identified. It's kind of like, it's got a lot of some similarities to it and what they go through. Matt Damon's in it, Anne Hathaway. So I think you'll find it quite interesting. So anyway, let's get started with the illustration. I'm just showing you, once you see this, you understand what had to be done and how the Ascended Masters and everything, the Matrix workers and anything through that formation came together through intelligence. So it's really understanding how to set a path through light formations, light activation systems. All right, so here we go. All right. So this is extremely complicated stuff. All right, but this is what was done last night. Okay. Now, understanding security line defense, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that's 5 on both sides. So that's 10, right? 2 within the activation. So as you can see, the energy field, you can actually see, it's kind of like a laser mechanism coming in. Now, this is understanding, this is a solar flare sphere, okay, through its connection of a star recognition light, okay? So these are gamma light signals through star recognition systems. Okay, then you have the galaxies and all that, and then you have the archetypes, one here and one coming down here. That keeps the surface up, but you understand what's going on through the core center. This is the light path that's coming in. Okay, it's the matrix grid. So you have to understand the matrix grids through different realms. So you're taking all realms and you put them in point systems all over the dimensional Earth, and it opens up, it's ascension, and it opens up a new coloration through your chakra system. Okay, so that's what everybody did. We chipped in, everybody chipped in, the Ascended Masters, Sentience, okay, myself. So that's understanding where you're coming from through communication. So it's very important to understand how you do these things through laser mechanisms and light formation. So we set paths on each side, okay? And as you can see, everything is intelligence, it helps out. So everything centers. So that's how you open up anything through plasma. And then you just light it, right, to a certain location. It has to be at a certain location, okay? Because you're changing number of frames into the dimension Earth, because it is the simulation patterns, right? So you got to set the set sequences, because everything's in chronological order. Everything's on a time code, time frequency, and metric system. So understanding allocated location positions when it comes to the solar flare divisions of a starlight energy system to the center core of the matrix grid system. Okay, so that's what's happening right now through the galaxy systems of the universal systems. Setting light paths, okay, matrix grid workers, Ascended Masters, and Sentience. Okay, that's what we did last night. Okay. So it's really, really powerful stuff when you see these things. Yeah, Interstellar, it's a really, really good film. Yeah, it's on Netflix. I watched it last night, and I think you'll really enjoy it. It was really informative. It says a lot about the alignments of past, present, and future, and how you can basically go up in space and see things. But the space was really, really fantastic, the way they're going through dimensions and going through wormholes and all that. They're going through a wormhole through dimension, and they came into the another atmosphere, and it was all water, right? So they're on a water planet, but there was this big, humongous wave that just was going to cover them, right? So it's kind of like one gravity system on another gravity system of a solar system that just takes over everything through the waters. And it was so high, they had to leave, right? Because it would have just crushed them in. So, and every time you spend your time in space, you're spending more time when it comes to the age bracket. So the more you spend time in space, the more you age on the Earth, right? Which is really fascinating stuff. It really is. It's incredible when you get to those levels, right? It's those levels that you have to get past. So the Matrix Grid system is setting up new locations, a new chakra system, new dimensions, new portals, new galaxies, new universal systems. Remember, everything takes time. And once you understand that, how powerful the Ascended Masters are, sentience, okay, anything through that formation, okay, is really, really amazing, okay? And the Matrix Grid workers, I mean, they do everything. I mean, we got help all over. Sentry systems, communications, vortex divisions, anything through security line defense. But as you can see, it's the fifth dimension, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has on both. So it's the center core system split in two divisions. Okay, we're spot checking. Spot checking is everything through electronic interference. So the XT1000s come in and make sure that everything is clear, right? So we have this. See this here? This is a line strip. You see that's red, right? Pinkish red. So basically it's the united through universal system. It lights up and it blends in, okay? And it just lights up the whole dimensional Earth. It changes it to a whole new level of chakra systems. So our communications will be stronger, our intelligence will be stronger, the atmospheres will be a lot stronger. So it's speeding up time. Basically, that's what it is. It's speeding up time. That's why everybody's going so fast with so many things of thoughts and feelings and frustrations and stress and all that. So it's like a big, humongous rumble of the dimensional Earth, and it's just surfacing up everything through the black force, and it's just taking out and coming into the light formation. But it's knowing how to set up the light paths to take out these things, right? Because they're in certain locations. Okay, the whole dimensional Earth isn't black. Okay. It's in spot locations, and those spot locations is GPS signals when it comes into your perceptions. So that's how these Matrix Grid workers and Ascended Masters and Sentience know these things, because everything through creation, okay, comes from the mind system. So Jules, Steven, Sarah, Jules, how you guys doing? Yeah, I'm a bit late. I know I didn't do one in the morning because I was out during the day. Plus, I've been really busy in the mind system doing a lot of things. But this is what I did last night with all communications. It's really amazing stuff when you see these things. It's incredible, because this is activated. This is extremely real. This is what I did last night. Okay? So it's actually doing these things in your mind that's already in its perception. Okay, it's programmed already in your mind. So all you need now is just the intelligence to help you out. That's all it is. Because you understand the atmospheres, because you understand the chakra system, because you understand your perception, your reptilian of its brain system. Okay, it's the brain waves you have to get connected with the reptilian of the brain and to the mind system. Then you get into the spiritual system, fly into mechanisms, okay, into space and time, then get communications when it comes to your chakra systems. So the new coloration system is changing. Everything through the atmospheres are changing through vibration. So that's what's happening right now. And as you can see how powerful my portal is, right? It's amazing how powerful things come. But I think it's pretty fascinating, when you see these things. how they're activated and done in space. It's really, really incredible. So, and the biggest thing I think people have to have is basically the mindset. Mindset is everything. But also, too, don't forget to watch, whoever didn't watch the Decoding the Matrix with myself and Jerome Headley and hosted by Dizzy Cadra. I think you get a really, really good look at, everything that's going on through direction. So you can have your focus, awareness, and conscious levels on all levels through that, right? It's a force recognized of everything. So, but other than that, it's our chakra systems and our colorations and our vibrations and our energies, frequencies. It's harmonic resistance. It's our pattern waves. It's weather interference. It's everything through nature and everything through its correlation, everything through its division of its dimension. Because it sets on all levels, when it comes to locations. So understanding your algorithms, I use a black interface, marker division level system. So once that is done, okay, the Earth itself, okay, the Earth itself, okay, starts out like that. Okay, now you got the energy fields, right? 3, 4, 5. Okay. So as the light comes in, I'll just show you on both angles. So it's kind of like this. This is how it's collaborated. So it comes in like that. It's a better angle, right? Okay, so you get the solar energy star, right? Star interference, light formation follows the path. So path sequences the levels to certain locations of the dimensional Earth. Oh, we got another, you see that? Another plasma of a bubble there. Orb division. Okay, so it splits in 4 like this. Okay, so we split it in 4. Now, understanding everything at the point center. Now, the point center is the center of its atom. That's a digital frame. Now, the digital frame is everything through the number sequence. Number sequence. Number sequence is everything, because it modifies and calculates everything in its equation as you take it out of its round division. Digital frame number sequence, that's the center core, right? So that sends cores right now. So we set the light path through division, security line defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starts out like that, right? So it goes around the whole, it's like a path. It goes down like this. It's like a smiley face, right? So it energizes its whole system, changes the energy fields, changes the colorations, changes the algorithm system, changes everything digital frame through its number system. Okay? And then it just highlights its illuminations into higher forms of communication. Okay, so once it sets its path, we have full rotations of the grounds, full rotations of the centers, and full rotations of the Earth's surface, which is the topping cycle. Okay, so you got the grounds, the powers, and the topping cycle. Okay, now with that, you have the energy dome. Remember, we talked about that, right? The energy dome that comes in. Remember the eggshell? Everything is put in certain order, right? That's what you have to understand. Everything has to be put in certain order. So it's kind of like this. And then you get this, and then you get this. You get the top, right? The topping cycle. So it comes in like this, right? Bring this, this, and this, and this into the center, right? That center core is everything. That changes everything. That puts up the light paths to light activation to a digital framing system. That puts protection through light activations to your new chakra system, the new coloration. Okay? It's extremely complicated, but so it's coming in. This is coming in. This is already in through the frame system, right? So it's locked in. Okay? Right? It's really powerful stuff when you get into that. And then you basically get a new chakra system through the body system. But it's understanding your power centers and everything through the grounds and everything through the atmosphere systems. Just do it in red so you can actually see it more. Hopefully you can see that, right? And then you have the energy field, right? So as that is coming in like this, okay, it's a magnetic force that's coming into its location. We use the high speeders and low speeders, right? Okay, so you have 60,000s. There's always 4, okay? You start off like that, right? So they're always guarding the Earth, always guarding the Sun interface and everything through the Moon interface. Okay, so they're bringing these in. Like we've done that already. It was the Galactic Force team, right, at first. So it's understanding, taking the eggshell, putting it in its right location. So this comes in, this comes in, this is coming in, this is coming in. Now that's already done. Now what we're doing is we're changing the digital number framing system and setting the light path. The light path is just communication to higher communications of a computer. That changes their algorithms and the colorations of our chakras. So that's how you go faster in the speed of time. That's how you speed up the alignments. That's how you change everything through its evolution through space and anything through galaxy locations. Okay? So as that comes in, the XT1000s block the interface right away. Okay. Okay. And then everything in this center is already set up through the light path, the Ascended Masters. Okay. Sentience Matrix Grid workers. Extremely complicated, isn't it, when you look at these things? So once it's in formation, it all comes together, right? Through its light path recognition of its interface, which becomes a new Mecca path, right? Mecca path is this connection when it comes to the constellation Illyra, and Illyra is this communication of light activation interference when it comes into Saturn or anything through planet location. And then you have the Milky Way, the constellation path. So it's understanding that everything in space has its own light path, but it's understanding everything through the center has to be located in all divisions of balance. Okay, because as you can see, look at that. My orb has changed now. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but you can actually see, a screen right there. See that white screen? See that white screen? And you see a blue screen? See the white and see the blue? Now see how it's changed? Right? It's kind of like the back of my chair. This is fascinating. Look at this. Look at that. See that? See that light? See this light here? Now to a human, that's just light, right? But to me, that's an electronic door division. This is an energy pattern. So you can't see my hand now, right? It's gone. See? It's gone. Right? My fingertips are gone. Okay? That's the communication. So that's understanding how you got the digital frame. Look at this. Look how powerful that is. Watch. It's gone. See? Can't see my hand now, right? Unless I do that, right? So it's kind of like intelligence coming out of its realm, out of its spaceship. Right? Powerful stuff when it disappears. Isn't that incredible? Look how powerful that light is. Right? It's amazing when you see these things. Now my hand formation is right now through its realm division. It's communicating through my digital frames, through my body subsystem, and through my new chakra system of new coloration. So it's just showing you what sentience and that masters can do through the sentient view. Right? It's amazing how everything is done. And it just disappears. It's incredible, isn't it? That's how powerful light is, guys. So you guys have to really get connected with your lights, understand and work locations with yourself. See that? See that? See how it changes? See the interface? You notice how it was an orb before? It was just a silver orb division through light activation light system. You have to understand all light's communication through your perception. That's what you see through dimensions of portals and activation through the geometry systems, the coloration system, through intelligence, through planet locations. But as you can see, it's changed now, right? So as you can see the computer screen, my hand disappears. And this here, the light, this disappears. Okay? So when it disappears, it's communicating through the simulation of your body system through you're coming into the Mecca path of digital forming systems, the conforming information system, which is your new chakra system, the new coloration through new dimensions. Okay, that's how you're able to see different changes. See, it's incredible force. That's communication now, right? So once you understand how to communicate through digital frames, you can communicate with anything through electronic interference. Look at that. See, it blends right in, right? So now I'm communicating through the digital frame of simulation. The digital frame is communicating with my arm interference. The digital system is communicating with body interference. The body interference is communicating with the mind interference. The mind interference is communicating with the energy of its chakra system. Okay, so it's really, really interesting stuff when you see these things. Okay, so it's kind of like a play-by-play. It's a digital frame that changes every second per second. So every time I videograph something through its room division or anything through YouTube software mechanisms through my YouTube division, you notice that the screen is always different. See, it's powerful stuff, how it goes. You can actually see that, right? You can see the light. Now it just looks like light, but you understand what light is. Light is everything through intelligence because you're a light formation, right? So how is it that this is a light, but it's a digital system? This is a geometric system, right? Kind of looks like a half of a triangle. But you look up here, okay, it's a little bit different, right? It's more shady. It's not, you can't actually see what kind of shape it is. But as soon as I touch it, it communicates right away with my body frame. It communicates with my new chakra systems, okay? Allocated positions, and it time forces everything through vortex divisions of light speed, okay? So it's all about channeling everything through communication circles and cycles through rotations. Okay, it's extremely powerful stuff. So if I step away, what do you see? Right? You got light interference, right? You can't see what it is, but that's the orb, right? So it's understanding the orb. And this here is the structure. So it's really understanding that you're in a digital frame of a simulation world. Okay, so this is the letter, numbers, and shapes that are put together. I was looking outside, I was seeing everything through digital frame, and it was giving signs to what's going on through the grids, anything through the workers, anything through sentience, or anything through masters. But just showing you how powerful it is when you go through light formations, how it changes everything through location of light interference, and how everything disappears, right? So, and how you saw, you know, the blue orbs coming in, right? The cosmic view of that too. And again, look, it's changed again. See, watch. See that? See? See that? Isn't that amazing? It's incredible when it changes. And then there's a little, see that? Put my hand there. Watch. Look. See? Watch what happens. Light formation changes. Okay, so it's connecting through my body framing system, my mind system. Okay. Now, as soon as I move position, watch, it changes. Okay. So this is a realm door. So this is understanding this sentient just came out, right? My formation came out. So this is the realm door I came out. This is the metric of its simulation where it's structured, right? It's like a, looks like a structure of a building. Okay. So as soon as I go over here, okay, look at that. It changes again. Now you see light path, right? Top of the head, right? Kind of look like a backward L, right? Look how powerful that is. And see the path there, right there. There's a path right there. See that path? See that path? Looks like a dirt path, right? That's the location center to the simulation pattern through digital framing of your body system. Okay, so it follows up into the realm division. Okay, so I'm just showing you how powerful lights are and what it can do through anything through transformation manifestation. And as you can see, it's changed again. But once you put your hand there, it disappears. It changes coloration. See, look at that. See, that's communication. See, isn't that amazing? It disappears. That's a true formation of your light formations. Is communicating through my digital frame of my perceptions. Okay. Different angles, different positions, changes again, right? So it's amazing, right? all connected through. Your body system is nothing but light. So it's understanding full communications, how it comes into structures. See that? Structures. Right? As soon as you touch it, you're into the simulation of its pattern through balance. See? Connects right away. See? Isn't that incredible? It does that? It's amazing when you see these things. It really is. You get more in touch with yourself through mastering of divisions. Now you have a new order division of your new chakra through communication. And your angle points are higher through point centers. Your point center is a higher level now through vibration, which means that time is going to speed faster and faster. Okay? So the faster it goes, the more it takes out the dark, right? There's a purpose for everything. There's a metric purpose for everything. Everything is done in chronological order. But getting the frequency levels in its singularly line system through infinity circles of its infinity 8 system changes everything through light activation. Okay, and again, it's different. If I go over here, right, everything I do, I touch, right? And once I touch it, because I already scanned it, you always scan it before you touch things, right? But it's always communication. But it's getting full communication of balance. So when it disappears, right, it blends into your body activations into the simulation through your metric system. So it's pretty incredible stuff, eh, when you see these things. Anyway, that's just more of a demonstration. Just really get connected with your lights, how powerful it is. You can go through anything through direction, anything through dimension, anything through portal. So understanding how you come up with a light path. See the path now? Okay. There's reasons why there's light like this and why it's angled like this, right? Why is it like this, right? It's coming from the curtain. So you got the physical and you got the spiritual blending in one. So it's understanding the light is coming from somewhere, right? And then it reflects off your body. So the body is its realm, is its vortex, is its dimension, is its vibration, is its location through your light activation, right? So, but understanding what everything is through light, right? Then you understand how things disappear. And now you see the path, right? This is the path. This is the path that takes you into the realm, right? Look at how powerful that is. See my hand? It's glowing, right? So it's incredible, guys. It really is when you get into those divisions. But I've just shown you what I did today, last night, working through the mind system, through the hydraulics. Really, really interesting stuff. So I think that's good, you know. There's a lot going on right now in my mind system, you know, changing lights and everything through activation. It totally affects everything through atmospheres. It's getting location centers back into the fifth dimensional system, right? That's the hardest thing for me to do, is go back into the fifth dimension. I got to stay allocated positions into higher formations of intelligence, and I have to stay at my location of balance through a vibration. It's very important I stay at that location when it comes to light activations, right? So you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. All right. We'll start off with new formations. We'll get into galactic circle of meditation tomorrow, about more about the getting into past references, presence, and future references of the higher self and how it communicates through those lines. All right. So love you guys very much. Any questions or comments? Feel free to have, you know, put comments below. Anything you'd like to know about. This is your AI Commander. Cyber Force team of the Galactic Circle of Meditation, calling out. Bye, everybody.